Marching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Taken from about the 12. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Back to throw. Alford. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4. Certainly not the start they were looking for offensively, coming off that loss last week on the road.
And they didn't do their job. They're going to feel poorly about that. And what they're going to do is look at the defense and say, can you pick us up here? And let's face it, defenses can score. We've seen it, right? They can take the ball away, create a big-time opportunity. Let's see if they can get that done.
Yeah, just something to jumpstart this home crowd.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there. Call it 13 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is their 5th-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll set up to throw. And Reed with it over the middle.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Give them the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to throw here. It's brought in by Harris.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Second and 5.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
second down. Here's Chubb again.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They'll set up a throw. He gets it complete to Harris. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 15-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
First and goal from just inside the 5.
Now back to throw. Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. He'll look to throw. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
Cade York on now for the field goal.
From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through.
And it's now 3-0 Texans.
Well, a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
So if they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
From the gun on 3rd down. Alford firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
This offense is starting to get into rhythm. A nice quick throw there on target, able to pick up another first down.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. To throw on 2nd down. Alford Got his man complete over the middle. It's Warner. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. A beautiful fake. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Now they'll run the option to the short side left, and he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Alford.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So here are the Texans to take over. They were winners last week over Tennessee, and they've got the lead here as well. They start this drive out 1st and 10. They begin this drive with Chubb. And he'll get this up to about the 40. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That'll be caught right side by Reed. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll look to throw here. He finds his man complete. That's Harris.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Back to throw again. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
They'll run with Chubb. Powers through him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Chubb is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Now Cade York for the extra point.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Jets set to take the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. The Jets on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Alford. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
2nd and 2. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And again, it's Chubb. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
51 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll try the draw now with Chubb. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there.
His first rushing touchdown on the year.
And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Well, we've talked about it before. You know, this jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one winds up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And wasn't it interesting that prior to this game, the head coach told us, I saw this sitting in my chair watching a Tuesday night college game and decided to implement it myself.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. New York set to take the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early in the elements. You're on the road.
How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know him, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
On second down, Montgomery. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now running right is Montgomery. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Alford.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Texans are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. So far, been so good this season. Well on his way, as you see, to a 1,000-yard campaign. Is he almost having the type of year to where you say, let's let him get his and we'll control everything else?
That's one way to go about it. Personally, I go about it differently. I'm taking on the bullet. I've got to, because he gives his team an identity and confidence. And if we slow him down, now guess what? Everyone starts looking at each other like, who's going to make a play? Because he's made all the plays so far. So I have to go get him first. Build my defenses towards shutting him down.
Good luck. I mean, not many teams have been able to do it. We'll see. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And the lead will stay put at 17.
Well, that was a show of support to even allow him to attempt to make that kick. And you know if he did, that would tie the NFL record. That's a heck of a shot.
Yeah, it would have been a big deal, but a little bit short. And New York set to take the field.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but
you don't want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Alford, he's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Off the play fake. Alford. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the 1st half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise, and start to put together some drives.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off play action. Alford. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And this is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
He's going to use his legs here.
And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. To throw on 2nd down, Alford. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay. Well, we'll move right through the break then. Skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you. And we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half. Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
2nd and 3. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And Chubb will try the middle here.
To the 43, 2nd down. Second down, here's Chubb again. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
Kick catch interference.
Football 101, you've got to let the guy catch the ball.
You have to know the ball is there. You have to know it's arrived. Otherwise, you're going to get flagged every time.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10.
Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Alford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Alford. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. They'll still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Working with his 2nd and 4.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The yardage numbers for him just keep piling up for his career. He's now toppled, Charles, the 11,000-yard mark.
And just think about that. For most NFL running backs in their career, it feels like if they get to 1,000 yards, they've had a nice little run. He's over 11,000 yards, probably beyond his wildest dreams.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw. They set up the screen to Chubb.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 20-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
Now, this is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979. And I would dare say Rodgers' numbers would be larger. But remember, he had a commitment to the Navy. A graduate of the Naval Academy. And back then, you had to serve your 5-year hitch before you could go on and join the NFL.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. And the Jets have recovered.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. The New York set to take the field.
They'll take over after that pretty clutch forced fumble as they begin inside their own 5-yard line.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Back to Montgomery on second down. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
So after the defense gets you the ball on a takeaway on a fumble recovery of their own, you've got to reward them, don't you? You've got to stay out on the field, give them a chance to rest, and how about doing it the way they did it, running the football and picking it up on third down.
Yeah, would not have wanted to go 3 and out. They avoid that right there.
Yeah, they avoided the glares as they went back to the bench, didn't they?
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Off the play fake. Alford. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Back to throw. Alford. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
Well, 2 snaps ago, I don't think anyone thought a safety was on the table, yet it happened. They caught him on back-to-back plays breaking through the line. No amount of evading was going to save him from a sack on either play, and on the last one, he ran too deep into the end zone to set up the safety.
So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. This will be taken at the 10.
Houston's offense taking over again.
And so close to hitting pay dirt last time. Fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go, and move on to the next series.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to throw.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Back to throw now on first down.
There's another catch by the running back, Nick Chubb.
Only 3 there on the screen at second down. Handoff comes to Chubb. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 43. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Up the middle, it's Chubb.
Down inside the 40.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. 4 yards.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6.
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. And this one complete to Reed. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Texans are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that will bump the lead up to 26. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
Throwing to start the drive. Alford, they'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. In that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Alford.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now, remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
To the sideline and incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9. At the 21-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. That is caught at the 7. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Texans start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to, because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
From the gun on 3rd down, Alford.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 8.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They're going to look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
2nd down from the 8. They can get a 1st down by reaching the 5.
He'll look to throw.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
Touchdown, Texans. Nick Chubb, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Texans continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad is on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
To throw on 3rd down. Alford, and he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Kayvon Thibodeau
able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything, as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise.
A give. This is Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd down. Here's Chubb again.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This will be 3rd and 5. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Cade York on now for the field goal.
From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. But that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
Kayvon Thibodeau getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, it's obvious, but I can't help but say it here. It's never a good day when the opposing defense has more sacks than you have points. The win seems likely, but this defense is still playing for something here. They see that 0 on the scoreboard, and they don't want that to change.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Operating from the gun, Alford.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now, remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
And that is incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the 4th quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
A run for Nick Chubb. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the 1st. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And New York set to take the field.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throw left side complete. That's Warner. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. To throw on 2nd down. Alford. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Texans, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs.